Hey guys, how the hell are you? Welcome to an all-new unbiased gear review. Today we are taking a look at the all-new Parallax, parallel bass processing software from Neural DSP. Okay guys, so let's just get right on into it. I have the Parallax software pulled up in Pro Tools right here on the default screen that it loads up on. As you can see, we've got a few different things going on than what we typically see from Neural DSP, and a few things that are very familiar to those of us who have used this software before. We've got input, we've got a noise gate right here. We've got stereo and mono mode, oversampling, we've got the output here, we've got presets that can be loaded. Of course, save, delete functions, search functions, etc. This screen right here is what we see, where we can adjust the low compression, the mid distortion, and the high distortion, as well as a 6-band equalizer. Over here, we have their cabsim, which of course has various different microphones that can be used. You can also load your own custom impulse response there. And you can adjust position, distance, level, as well as invert the phase if you need to. Lots of different options here for shaping your tone. Let's just get right on into it. Let's go back to default. Playing my new Dingwall NG3 6-string that Mr. Nick at the Axe Palace hooked me up with. Thank you so much, Nick. And I have all of the EQ settings on the bass set to high noon. So there's no boosting, there's no cutting. I'm on position 2 because I think that sounds the best. Volume's turned all the way up. We are now going to take a look at what all these controls can do. So, just kind of a basic tone right here on default settings. Now, like with a lot of great equalizer plugins that are available currently, you can usually just grab this button right here, and as you can see, it's moving the knobs based upon where you are moving that little dot to. But you can also still turn the knobs as you see fit, raise the level, lower the level, move the filter over, add some compression to it. There again, this is kind of a basic tone right here. Moving this up. And you can also totally delete that from your sound if you so desire. Now, you might be asking yourself, why does it say low compression, mid distortion, and high distortion? You can remove various low frequencies from the distorted signal so that you still get plenty of note definition and punchy bass in your parallel bass tone. You are distorting the high and the mid, but you're keeping that fucking low end thump that you need because it's a goddamn bass. So, taking a look at the mid range here. Change it back to default settings here real quick. So now we can actually take a look at the equalizer. Pump up the gate on that a little bit. That's a pretty sick low-end tone right there. Needs a little bit of work to make it sit in the mix, but dude, that's pretty nice and clanky right there. I'm just having fun at this point. So as you can see, equalizer, low compression, mid distortion, high distortion, it's all pretty damn responsive. What's also really cool here too is that if you want something for a basis for crafting your own tones, there's lots of presets here. Let's go to a Nolly setting since I'm using his signature bass. Try his other one. Pretty much nothing but sub lows right there. And then there's also a bunch of factory presets on here too. Some of these are kind of interestingly named because if you kind of look into the name, you can kind of figure out what sort of tone they were looking to emulate there. Pretty interesting tones on tap here. So there it is, the Parallax by Neural DSP. Myself personally, I think this is a really kick-ass bit of software. I love how they've taken something that has been done in the studios for a long time, especially for various forms of metal mixing and recording sessions, dual bass processing, you know, processing that really thumpy and thunderous low end, but still like distorting the high and the mid range. I love how they've taken that and turned it into an all-in-one software that is really responsive. It seems to be extremely intuitive because I know shit for bass processing, and even I am getting some really kick-ass tones out of this. So what does that tell you about ease of use? I mean, dude, I love this thing. I think it's well worth the money, and I would definitely recommend checking this out, especially for all you guys that are recording your own stuff at home and are tired of fussing over getting a really kick-ass bass tone that sits well in the mix. I think this is going to solve a lot of your problems. So what am I drinking today? Dudes, I am having something really awesome. One of my favorite brews. I've had a few different varieties of it, and I think it's about time that I brought it out on this channel. This is Sammy Klaus. A lot of you guys out there that are serious beer aficionados know about this. The one-time strongest beer in the world. Obviously not anymore because we've had stronger beers on this channel now up to this point. But alcohol, 14% by volume. This is the classic Sammy Klaus from Schloss Eggenberg. This stuff is insane, and I can't wait to have it again. Pours a really nice kind of copper caramel color there. Hardly any head, but it is a little bit of a creamish colored head. Very boozy, almost candy caramel like aroma to it. Extremely boozy, but it's not a barrel-aged beer. It's boozy from the actual alcohol in the brewing process. Let me repeat that. This is not barrel-aged, but it tastes like it. It is just such a rich, complex flavor, like kind of a candy-like sweetness to it. Pinches you back in the cheeks quite a bit. Definitely gives you that kind of tingling on the tongue. Very, very sweet maltiness to it. Lots of, I keep going back to how sweet it is. There's notes of toffee, caramel, a little bit of vanilla in there too. It's just, it really is like a candy beer, but very, very strong, very, very rich. This has always been one of my faves ever since the first time I had it. It's really, really awesome. Sammy Klaus, this is the classic version. I'm going to finish this now. Thank you. So that's it for me. Leave your comment in the comment section below. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, find me all over the place. I'm on Facebook. My Facebook page is Arnold Plays Guitar. My Instagram is Arnold Plays Guitar. My Twitch is Arnold Plays Guitar. I have an untapped profile, Arnold Plays Guitar. I'm all over the place. Find me, communicate with me, lots of cool shit to come.